In this recording, we're going to learn how to solve exponential equations using logarithms. Pretty useful thing. We're going to introduce that by looking at the same equation solved three different ways. So if you could please jot down 4 to the x equals 8. We're going to solve this particular equation using three methods. First method, common bases. Turns out, in this particular case, you can get a base to make a 4 as well as an 8. Of course, that base is 2. So we can rewrite this right underneath here. Let's rewrite this 4 as 2 squared to the x, and rewrite our 8 as 2 cubed. We distribute 2 to the 2x equals 2 cubed. All right, if the two sides are equal and the bases are equal, we know that therefore 2x equals 3. Divide both sides by 2. X is 1.5 or 3 halves. All right, so we can establish that that's the answer. That's the answer we should get for questions B and C. The reason I bring up parts B and C, you might say, well, why would I really care to know another way? I've got my answer. Well, the reason is this. It's not always going to work out so conveniently. It's not always going to be a situation where we can rewrite in terms of the same base. So let's learn a way. Let's write it in log form. So I'm going to write log. Okay, when we write log form, we always want to know what's the base. Log has a base. It's the same base as the exponent here. So see if you can write an equivalent log form, then play the recording. Okay, hopefully you paused and wrote an equivalent log form. It should be log base 4 of 8 equals x. So I've got the base in place. Log is equal to the exponent. All right, now I can pop this into my calculator. So we go to our calculator. Let's do log alpha y window base 4 of 8. And lo and behold, it's 1.5. That's what we knew it would be. Okay, x is 1.5 or 3 halves. Just acknowledge that those are the same. Okay, last method. Okay, taking the log of both sides. Check this out. Log is a function. In addition to being an exponent, it's a function. So let's start with 4 to the x equals 8. All right. And what we can do is take the log of both sides, just like I could add 5 to both sides, or take the square root of both sides. I can take the log of both sides. Check this out. Log of 4 to the x equals log of 8. Log is a function that you can apply to both sides of an equation. You might say, well, what good was that? How did that help at all? Well, check this out. You know a property that lets you take that x, bring it down in front, right? Bring it down in front then. So I bring it down in front. Down in front. All right, so x equals the log. No, it doesn't. X times the log of 4. Just brought that x down in front equals the log of 8. Well, check this out. How are you going to get x by itself? It's times this number, right? X times a number. So that just means divide both sides by the number that x is being multiplied by. We should get that answer. So x should be equal to the log of 4 over the log of 8. Now, this is a useful tool. This is like changing it into a particular base. What's the base? We didn't write it. Hey, it must be 10, right? Cool. This allows us, if we have a calculator that cannot do log base, okay, this didn't used to be a feature, you can just type log. Well, let's make a little fraction, actually. Create a fraction. Okay, we're going to do log of 8, okay, divided by, oops, not like that, divided by log, base 10, of course, of 4. Same answer. So log base 10 of 8 divided by log base 10 of 4 equals 1.5. Again, same answer. So 3 methods to get to the same place. X is equal to 1.5. All right. Good to know about. Good to know about. You got to know this one. This is the key one right here. Rewriting it in log form is the way. You might say, why did I mention the other methods? Common bases is handy, especially if there's two exponents in there that are x's. Taking the log of both sides is something you should know about. Okay, and I need you to know that. But this is really the technique, and wasn't that the simplest? Look at them. This is the one that has the least writing. All right, so let's apply that to two examples. We're going to solve each one of these equations for x, round it to the hundredth. I'd like you to get as far as you can, then play that recording and you got your answers. Okay, so hopefully you paused and worked these out. We're going to put this into a log form. I do not know what exponent I can raise 5 to get an 18, but I think it's somewhat close to 2 because 5 squared is 25. All right, but let's see. Bigger than 1. I'm going to write log base 5 of 18 equals x. I just turned it into log form. Base, exponent is what the log is equal to. Log is an exponent. Grab your calculator. Log base 5 of 18. Turns out it's 1.80. We thought it would be close to 2. It is. All right. All right. So x is approximately, use those wavy equal signs. What does that mean? What did we just find out? We just found out the exponent. You raise 5 to get pretty close to an 18. Let's check it. Do 5 raised to the exponent 1.80. Not perfect because we rounded. The more accuracy we kept x in, the better this result would be. Next one. Hopefully you got rid of the 3 first. You did not say this is 12 to the x because it's not, guys. You have to do exponent before multiplication. So what we do is we get rid of the multiplication. All right, fine. So on the right side, you've got 50. On the left side, you've got 4 to the x. Let's consider what that answer could be. 4 squared is 16. 4 cubed is 64. So I'm thinking it's somewhat near 3. Let's find out. We're going to go log form here. Log base 4 of 50 equals x. Exponent becomes the log. Base is the base. Okay, the power is the argument. Grab the calculator. Log base 4 of 50. Yeah, that's pretty close to 3. We thought it would be near 3. It is. What does that number mean? Come on, help me out. What is that number 2.82 telling us? That's the number we raise 4 to get a 50. Or that's the number that I could substitute into my original equation. 3 times 4 to the 2.82 power. And I should get something that is pretty close to 150. Yeah, that's pretty close. You'd round it off. So I'll say the answer is 2.82. All these can be checked, and that should give you the confidence that you got them right. X is approximately equal to 2.82. Thanks for watching.